Hang on to your seat, baby, cause this one's a screamer.
What is going on, entertainment? So I'm coming to out with another video. So in this video, you guys, we're talking Kenya and Porsha and Real Housewives of Atlanta season 16. Okay, so I'm really excited about this because I feel like they're finally going in a direction that actually makes sense. So Neighborhood Talk confirms that Porsha and Kenya are locked in for season 16. They said we spoke exclusively with close sources to the Peaches who confirmed that Porsha and Kenya are locked in for season 16. Now, we haven't seen Porsha since she left the franchise after season 13, shortly after she announced she was engaged to her now husband, Simon Guobadia. I know a lot of y'all want Fallon to come back, but Fallon's not going to come back, y'all. Fallon got too many kids now and too many issues for them to ask her back. Porsha is the least of her worries, okay? Many viewers felt that Porsha was running from the smoke after many speculated she had stolen Simon from her former acquaintance Fallon. She did. So be interested to see Porsha's new family dynamic play out on camera with the other ladies. Candy Burst revealed that she won't be returning to the franchise after season 16. Perhaps the door could be open for Phaedra too, which we're going to talk about in a little bit. But neighbors, are y'all here for Porsha and Kenya? I'm here for this 100%. I just hope Porsha knows what she's doing, opening her life to the audience again. Because right now, Porsha's living the African fairy tale life. The man is supplying all of her needs, okay? Pay my dues. Pay my dues. Okay? All of her dues are getting paid. You feel me? And you're opening up your life to the cameras once again. So it's a whole lot of risk that she is taking with going back to Real Housewives of Atlanta once again. And Kenya, to me, if they were to get rid of Kenya, I do not see this franchise really lasting as long as some of these other franchises because Kenya brings us the entertainment and she knows how to get some of the drama going. I don't see them beefing at all during this season because I think they've had enough of going back and forth with each other, okay? Now, in regards to Nene returning, I don't think that's going to be the case, but I do see Nene appearing on other shows. I don't think she's going to come back to Atlanta Housewives, but I see her being on like a Traders, a girls trip. I think that's why her and NBC are sort of cordial right now. Now, when it comes to Kenya, because if y'all notice, Nene has been making her rounds a lot more lately in regards to booking a whole lot of more publicized more jobs like a Zeus Network. She's going to be on a Lifetime movie, so she's kind of making her rounds. So it seems like a lot of her management is on the stopping grounds to making sure that we see Nene Leakes again as much as we used to in the past. Now, Kenya did an interview with Breakfast Club, and girl, you snitched on yourself. You could tell she was happy because she got that check from Bravo. Like, she signed all them dotted lines. Okay? You know she's returning because she was also too happy with this interview and also with the fact that she is going to be finalizing her divorce very soon. She's just waiting on the judge to literally sign on the dotted line. Okay? Now, there's a whole lot going on with season 16 and who we think should be returning. So I did my own due diligence. And let's talk a recast and why I think what girlies who I think should be returning, etc., etc., etc. Okay? First, we got Porsha. So, of course, Porsha, like Neighborhood Talk, is confirming it. I'm 100% excited to see her come back. I think that we'll get to see a lot of her life in regards to Mr. Simon. I want to see how their relationship sort of plays out. I want to see some appearances from Shamia. I know some of y'all don't live for Shamia, but I actually really like Shamia. And also, we're going to talk about this a little bit later. Ming Lee, okay? I want to see a little appearance by Ming Lee. We'll get to that in a little bit, okay? I want to see a lot of the African culture incorporated in this because Real Housewives of Potomac didn't do it justice, okay? All we see is the two African ladies that you would think would get along beef with each other. And really, the African culture was made a mockery out of on Potomac. So at least with this franchise, we get a whole little bit of key in regards to like the true essence of the African culture. So I'm excited to see her come back. I want to see Porsha, her African women's geesh, head wrap and all. Okay, I want to see her cooking African meals, all of that. Like, I want to see all of that done. Now, Kenya, you guys, is returning as well. I think, of course, that was the right choice. I'm excited to see Kenya come back because I want to see more of Brooklyn. Brooklyn, y'all, is so pretty. Like, when I tell y'all, Kenya literally birthed like a baby doll. Like, it's like ridiculous. Okay. I want to see her actually like dating one man throughout the whole season, not just dating around. We all know she's gonna give us the drama that like we really want to like see, and it's gonna be what we like need. Now, this next girl, you guys, Drew. Now, I know a lot of y'all forgot about Drew, but Drew needs to come back. If they don't bring back Drew, I think it's gonna be a big mistake. We left Drew on a cliffhanger. She was in the process of wanting to get divorced from Mr. Man. Okay, and I think it's only right. The last time we seen her, y'all had her singing at the reunion to her cheating ass husband. Bravo, Andy. I still haven't forgiven y'all for doing some shit like that. I think it's only right to really give her the chance to really redeem herself. A lot of you guys call Drew a liar. You are a liar, okay? Um, she does lie. I will say that, okay? Drew's a little she's a Pinocchio, okay? But I think that it'll be interesting to kind of see if they will actually go through the divorce, and to see if they do, will she continue on with her, let's be honest, behavior? Will she actually be pursuing women full time instead of, going down the men route? Because there were rumors that she was dating Mimi's ex. I just think it would be appropriate to have her come back because we didn't get to finish out her story. To me, Kenya's story is more finished out than Drew. So if y'all gonna bring Kenya back, it's only fair to bring Drew back. Next, I think who they should bring back is Mariah. Okay, Mariah to me is an actual housewife, and she's married. Okay, y'all losing the housewives name at this point. She is a quintessential housewife. I like Mariah because she's dramatic, she's campy, and she's theatrical. I love all of that in a woman. Okay, so Mariah to me, I aspire to have her business mindset because she's a creative, and I just want to see how she's gonna be in the mix of some of these other ladies. I think she deserves it. Of course, she's never gonna come back to Married to Medicine, so I feel like this is a fair exchange. You guys got Phaedra on Married to Medicine. It's only fair to bring Mariah to um Real Housewives of Mariah's not gonna hide things from her life like Phaedra. She's gonna let us know the ins and the outs. We're gonna see Aiden. We're gonna see her mixed Indian children. Like, I just feel like it's only fair to bring her back because she's gonna open up her life, and not even that, she's gonna give us the drama that we need. Imagine a Mariah versus Kenya. Imagine a Mariah versus a Drew. Do you guys know how entertaining that would be? Like, come on now. I've always liked Mariah. She's still with Bravo because she's a producer married to Medicine. So she's still getting coin from them. So it would just only make sense to see her on there. And now she's a little bit of an empty nester because her daughter went to college. Okay? So that'll be interesting to see as well. Now, this next person I feel like didn't get a fair shake on her season and should have been brought in back her next season, but they cut her, is Shamari. Shamari to me, I believe is cool with Drew. So my vision and casting is the girls all kind of have a relation with each other. Mariah, I believe, knows Kenya as well, and Shamari is familiar with Drew, and of course is familiar with Porsha. So they're cool. So it makes sense to have her on there. And Drew is very close with Porsha, or they were close at one point. I know that they're still cool now, but Porsha and Drew, they're very cool, right? And what I think would be best is for Kenya and Porsha to bring a friend along with them to be casted as Full Housewives. So to me, Kenya would bring on who I'm going to mention next, and Porsha would bring on Drew. Well, Drew would bring on Porsha because she was on last season, if y'all get what I mean. Shamari to me has an interesting life. Y'all all know she talked about, her open relationship that she had at one point where, she was allowed to sleep with women and everything. And her husband is a little bit messier than what we think. Okay. And after seeing him on that marriage boot camp type show on VH1, their relationship is a lot more complex than what we actually knew about. So I think it's only fair to bring her back. Plus, Shamari's a little drunk. The girl likes to drink. And I want to see a little bit more of that. She's a little bit of a mess, and we need that on reality television. We don't need people that have this picture perfect lifestyle that they're gonna try to portray. Sorry, Porsha. We need people that's a little bit of a mess and that's not gonna care what people think. And that's Shamari. She was robbed of not coming back next season. Next, we got Akila. Akila and the Bee. So, Akila, you guys, y'all probably like, Harpo, who's this woman? This is Kenya's friend. So, Kenya brought her on last season, but she was a friend of the show. She was never given a peach. And to me, she should have been given a peach. She's married and also married to an athlete. She's an NFL wife. There's always issues when it comes to that. I just feel like it should have been she should have been given a peach off the bat. This is her husband, you guys. She should have been given a peach off the bat because her life to me is a quintessential housewife. And not even that, from the little scenes that I've seen of her, I feel like if somebody would have tried her, she would have popped off. The bitch is gorgeous. Like gorgeous. Okay? Come on now. I feel like she should have been casted. And not only that, she's very cool with Shamia as well. So if Portia's there, y'all know Shamia's gonna be there. And then y'all see Ming Lee. Y'all see where I'm going with this? There's Ming Lee as well. We're gonna get to her in a little bit. So I think she should be given a full-time peach. And Kenya would introduce her on the show once again, but this time as a full-time housewife. Porsha, well, Drew would introduce Porsha back as a full-time housewife. Mariah knows most of the girls and would be introduced like that. Shamari is cool with Porsha and Drew. She would be introduced like that. So those would be my 6 full-time housewives. Okay? So that would be Drew, Kenya, Akila, Mariah, Shamari, and Porsha. Now, of course, there's always a friend of the housewives. And in my opinion, for them to have a successful season, they need to have 7 housewives. So that 7th slot should go to a newbie. Somebody who never appeared on TV before, somebody who's never, is a whole completely fresh newbie. And 2 friend of the housewives to make it a little bit more interesting. To me, a friend of the housewife should be, as much as she gets on my nerves, it should be Marlo. Marlo to me is the type of girl you take in dosages. She shouldn't have ever been given a peach, in my opinion. The only reason I feel like she deserved this because she put a lot of work in throughout the seasons to where it was a complimentary peach. They gave it to her because she clocked in on time. Okay? But taking her throughout a whole season versus in dosage, I prefer her in dosages. So I feel like she'd be a great friend of the housewives. Keep her on along as a friend of the housewives. Don't have her come along every time. Another person I feel like would be a great friend of the housewives is Ming Lee. So this is the daughter of Kamora Lee Simmons. Now, if y'all saw in my previous full-time housewives, Akila, she is friends and cool with Shamia and Akila. So I feel like she should be on there as a friend of, because damn well Kamora would never let her do the show for real though. I don't think she would let her hold a peach because she would be scared that they would open up, all of their, deep dark family secrets. All right. The girl is bomb, and she's also very close friends and cool with Porsha. Okay? Porsha. Here they are courtside, you guys. Porsha and Ming Lee. Okay? So I think it would just make sense to have her as a friend of the housewives because it could bring sort of like a younger aspect and a younger view of the show. To have Ming Lee as a friend of the housewives. Okay? And the new girl, I feel like should be somebody completely new. Completely new that we haven't seen on TV before. A fresh new housewife. Okay? Now, I see a lot of you guys saying Phaedra should come back. We're going to have to stop this. I'm sorry. It's becoming disrespectful at this point. For you guys to want Phaedra back is ridiculous. She did Married to Medicine, and we barely got to know who the heck Phaedra is now We barely have seen what she's been up to. She's acted as if her life has never changed since the last time we seen her. We didn't even see her bring a man on this season. So what the hell is the point of having her come back to Housewives of Atlanta? Like that would change anything? No. Phaedra needs to stay where she's at, married to medicine. Also, Sheree. Sheree, to me, storyline has ran through its course. We've seen the She by Sheree thing. The prices are astronomical. They're like $400 for a sweatsuit, which is to me is insane. That you're charging car note for a sweatsuit. Not even that. We have seen everything we got from Sheree. Like, there's no much more to see from her. And to me, she doesn't really bring us the entertainment that we really want to see. Okay, so that would be my recast, and that's how I would recast the show. I would say Kenya, Drew, Akila, Mariah, Shamari, Porsha, and then friend of the housewives Marlo and Ming Lee, and then a one more full time housewife that's completely new. Okay, let me know what you guys think down below about this recasting, my dream recasting. What do you guys think about Kenya and Portia coming back? And we're out, babies.
No personal thing.